sinabmit po namin sa Supreme Court. Yan na po, Your Honor.
Senator Risa.
Salamat kayo, Mr. Chair. A follow-up question, Attorney Jokno. Attorney Jack, apart from semantics, may basis po ba sa karanasan na yung naging interpretasyon ng iba sa neutralize o negate ay pumatay?
Ayun nga po, yung naipakita kong mga slides kanina na mismong galing sa Police Santa Ana, Police Tondo, mismo kay Colonel Jovi Espenido, sa PIDEA Chief. Lahat po sila ginagamit nila yung salitang neutralize. Ang ibig sabihin ay kasama na doon yung pagpapatay.
Salamat.
Mag-ready ka muna, Colonel Espinido, tatanungin kita. Pero ito lang, para lang just educate this representation or the Committee General Gamboa. General Gamboa, bakit mo nasabi in the first place na top secret or secret ito na wag i-circulate itong command memorandum circular? Bakit? Why?
Sir, Mr. Chair, as I have said, the sanction goes to the government employee, not to the recipient.
So, but why? Bakit limited circulation ito? It was really designed for limited circulation.
No, sir. Meaning to say, the circulation is controlled. There are different classifications of the documents in the police. Like there's secret, there's top secret.
Anong marka nito? There's no marking.
It's supposed to be confidential, sir. That's supposed to be a cover page. And down below should be stated confidential. But probably because the PNP already officially released it, that's why they removed it.
So there's something wrong kung may separate page doon ang confidential and yet sa document itself walang tatak na confidential. So if ever nakikinig ang PNP sa atin, if that is what you want to happen, tatak nyo confidential yung dokumento mismo, wala na ito eh. There's no more trace that is confidential. Anyway, okay na po yun, just for my information. Colonel, ikaw yung, ito sasabihin ko nga sa kanila, hindi ka naging PNP chief, pero talagang sa ground ka. You conduct police operations, etc. And I think you have an admission under oath that you interpreted the word neutralization as not naman siguro meaning to kill, but as including the possibility of killing. Sige, just explain to us ano yung ibig niyo sabihin.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, sa lahat. Good afternoon. Sa akin naman, as an operatives, matagal sa non-commissioned officer, ang sa amin, Your Honor, ang pag-intindi, pag may neutralization, may report pagkatapos ng trabaho sa status. So, neutralized, then the remarks is nahuli or namatay. Not totally, sa interpretation namin, na nakalagay dyan neutralization, patayin, magtrabaho lang to stop anything as long as illegal. So sa remarks na nakalagay na doon ang specification, nahuli, nandoon, tinayag sa court ang complaint at saka namatay. Your Honor. Kami ang mag-implementer kasi sila yung mga harap ngayon, sila ang taga-gawa ng circular. Pero the truth is, ako number one ang nag-implement. Paano i-implement ang neutralization? Hindi nakapokus sa neutralization, kundi nakapokus kung sino ang target na illegal na hulihin ba or mamatay kasi yun na, may firefighting na ang nangyari. But not totally na nakalagay sa isip namin as non-commissioned officer na nasa field, nasa ground na yun patayin kasi neutralization. Pero Honor, Mr. Chair. Kasi kami ang maghanap sa korte kung sakali. So hindi. Maski hindi na naman, patayin lang kasi neutralization, no. Kaya sinabi ko sa Quadcom Committee, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, na pwede. Sa lahat pwede. Possibility as long as real trabaho, kung ano talaga yun ang harapin mo, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair.
Sige, Senator Bato, clarify the situation.
Meron kasi sinabi, Colonel Espinido na, pwede. Pwede. Ano mo ibig mo sabihin doon sa pwede? Pwedeng mamatay?
Lahat ng possibility, Mr. Chair, Your Honor, kasi sa situation na nandyan, daming experience ko for my 28 years.
Yeah, pwede mamatay kung, ano?
Kung lumaban.
Yun.
Example
mo kasi you're living space of doubt eh. Na pwede pala.
Pwede sa lahat.
Pwede kung
lumaban.
lumaban.
Yun ang sinabi ko.
Pala eh. Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair.
Colonel, ganito, okay. Kunyari, hindi yung transition yung word na ginamit. Ginamit, arrest. O ano. Pag lumaban,
Ganun pa rin.
ganun pa rin, lending.
Mr. Chair.
So, okay, Senator Risa, yun.
Salamat kay Mr. Chair. Related dun sa isang puntong binanggit ni Police Lieutenant Colonel Espenido, balik lang kay Attorney Jokno, may pattern naman po bang nakita yung flag related sa mga kaso di umano ng nanlaban? I mean, kapani-paniwala ba na lahat self-defense on the part of the law enforcer yung pagpatay sa mga ito na sinabing nanlaban?
Dalawa po yung nakita namin. Unang-una, sa Santa Ana Police Reports na naibigay sa amin, meron silang tinatawag sa PNP na information report. Ito yung report na doon nila nilalagay yung mga information about the suspect galing sa mga informant nila. At this is used pre-operation. Sa mga information reports na nakita namin, nandun na yung salitang immediate apprehension and neutralization of that particular suspect. Second, yung pangalan nila ay sa maraming kaso ay nasa listahan din ng drug watch list for that particular area. And then later on, pagka nag-operate na ang police doon, meron silang report na naglaban kaya napatay. Nung curious kami po noon, kinompare namin pati yung language, yung mismong wording ng iba't ibang mga police report tungkol sa nanlaban. At yung isang very striking sa amin ay halos identical yung ginamit na salita. Kumbaga parang cut and paste yung mga ginamit na salita. I can provide the committee with copies of these police reports.
Please do, Attorney Chel. Salamat tayo, Mr.
Kung pwede, more than just providing us with a copy, Attorney Jokno, parang memorandum of position paper na inorganize mo na yung observations mo.
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Para you direct our attention to what you have noticed.
Yes.
Ito, Colonel Espenido.
Mr. Chair, just to respond to the pattern of Senator Risa.
Sige, Father, go.
Once again, going back to our documents, listening to the narratives of the families, wala po. From the 312 that we have, no one fought back. Politiko po, wala po nang laban sa kanila. Salamat po.
Salamat, Father Flavi.
Yes,
Mr. Chair, if I may, habang on deck si Father Flavi, mamaya itatanong ko rin kay Attorney Chel. Father, tama po ba na your sedition cases were filed against you? Kasi kaugnay po ito ng banta na hinaharap, hindi lang ng people on the ground, pero yung mga gusto magdepensa sa mga EJK families.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Salamat, Father. For the record, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, if I may ask a similar question kay Attorney Jokno, kay Attorney Chel. Salamat kay Mr. Chair. Attorney Chel, could you describe briefly how was it to be an opponent of the war on drugs during its peak? Anong klaseng mga hamon ang hinaharap ng mga human rights advocates? Kasama na po yung galing sa legal community.
Ako po ay naging, sabihin na lang natin, biktima ng isang late night speech ng dating Pangulo. Napaulit-ulit niya akong personal na nilalait at I found it very offensive because it had nothing to do with the work I was doing. But of course, Pangulo po siya, gusto niya magsalita ng gano'n, hindi ko siya mapipigilan. Aside from that, there were definitely dangers involved in assisting victims of the AJ case. Wala naman pong mga direct threats, pero minsan ay napapansin namin na mayroong mga lumilipot-libot at lalong-lalo na pag kinakausap namin ang mga testigo at biktima ng EJK survivors ay very security conscious kami dahil alam namin yung dangers nun. Naalala ko rin, Senator Risa, yung sa kaso nila Kian, na yung mga witnesses po ay nandun sa kay Bishop Hambo at may pagtatangka na kunin sila ng pulis. Mabuti na lang may mga media na andon at nung naibalita na may ganun nga ay hindi na tinuloy.
Salamat, Attorney Jokno. Salamat ka, Mr. Chair. And I believe, speaking of dangers, We also have here today as resource persons former Senator Laila De Lima and former Mayor Jed Mabilog. Perhaps at the proper time, Mr. Chair, we could also hear them. Salamat kaayo, Mr. Chair.
I'll give them time na, Mayor Mabilog and Laila, if they want to give some opening statement. After this question of mine to Colonel Espirido. Colonel, isa pa, one question. Sa ilang years ka sa police?
28, Your Honor.
Grabe yung mga operations mo, high profile, di ba? Parang Bilog, ikaw?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yung early morning raid sa bahay?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Ilang patay doon?
Ang patay.
Yeah,
Simultaneous yan sa area sa 6 search warrant. 16,
16.
Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Okay, basta operative yan, general, mga operative. Okay. Sa entire 28 career mo, 28 years career mo sa police, ikaw ba'y nakatanggap ng instruction, whether in writing or sa pananalita, na ginamit ang word na neutralization bilang code na patayin mo?
Sa pagtanda ko, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, wala akong specific na sabihan na neutralize. Huli ay yung arrest, marami.
Okay. So, ikaw ba'y nasabihan na arrest pero code word yun na patayin mo?
Hindi,
Hindi.
Mr. Chair.
Ikaw ba'y nagamitan ng ibang word na code word sa napatayin mo?
Wala. May isa, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, yung trabahoin.
Okay.
Trabaho yung ganon. Pero
Anong basa mo, anong intindi mo doon sa trabahoin mo?
the result din, Mr. Chair, hulihin, yun lang talaga palagi ang...
Pero anong ending ng specific na trinabaho mo? Napatay o nahuli?
Nahuli. Nahuli yun na.
Nahuli? Maalala mo pa pangalan, sino yung subject matter ng trabahuin mo na nahuli, ang ending ay nahuli din?
Mayor ng Gandara, Samar, Mr. Chair. With the person of Mayor Cabuños at saka may apat niya na security na police na warranted.
Anong year yun?
2011, 2010, 11.
Yung pagtatanong ko sa iyo, pag credibility questions na ito, kasi hindi naman, drug war ba yan?
Hindi.
Okay, so parang just to test yung credibility mo.
Yes, are we commencing questioning Colonel Espirido?
Sana ng time lang, kung may opening statement si Mayor Mabilog at saka si Senator Laila De Lima, and then after their opening statements, kung meron man, hindi ko kayo pipilitin, then we now open the questioning. But we'll follow the order. May order tayo, tapos 10 minutes po tayo, pero kung pwede mag-request, iklian natin mga 5 minutes per senator. Okay, so, ladies first, Senator Laila De Lima, just in case you want to deliver a statement. Yes.
Very short.
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
Very short, Your Honor. Mr. Chair and the honorable members of the subcommittee conducting today's meeting.
Papasok na eh. Diyan na eh.
We can destroy and we need to destroy drugs, but we cannot destroy lives. Yan po ang sagot ko dun sa very passionate defense of the former president as to his policy of killing alleged drug offenders, alleged drug pushers, alleged drug users. We can destroy drugs, but we need not destroy lives. I just wish to emphasize that. I said that in my privileged speech in August 2016, after I filed a Senate inquiry, a resolution calling for Senate inquiry. This man, the former mayor of Davao City and the former president of the Republic of the Philippines, for so long have evaded justice. and accountability. Are the thousands of those killed in the name of the so-called war on drugs. Hindi pa ho natin siya napapanagot after all these years. And these killings had started nung time pa niya as mayor, yung phenomenon ng Davao Death Squad. Pinatuloy niya at nagiging klarado yung sa mga naririnig natin sa House of Representatives Quadcom hearings that yun din ang ginawang modelo ng war on drugs starting 2016. I was hoping that Colonel Garma and the others who already testified there at the Quadcom hearings, including also Kerwin Espinosa, would be here so that our discussions, our presentations would be in sync with each other, or that we listen to them again, and then I will respond to them. Now, I responded to the crisis that we faced starting in 2016, as I said, by filing the resolution and by delivering a privilege speech. Ang problema, hindi ko po yun natuloy. Yung aking pag-imbestiga noong mga nangyayaring patayan early on doon sa nung naging Pangulo, si Rodrigo Duterte. Malungkot po ako, or actually I have mixed feelings now. People have been asking me, how do you feel that you're again appearing before the Senate for the first time and setting foot in the premises of the Senate? Ang sabi ko, mixed feelings dahil sana nga noon pa hindi na natin hinintay yung libo-libong mga pinatay. Pero nagagalak naman ako that I think we have the right environment now. Sana po, marami pa ang lumantad para magsabi pa kung ano talaga ang tunay na layunin ng Project Double Barrel. Yung kulang ko kasi noon, nung nag-imbestiga ako, when I presided over the Senate committee hearings, yes, we were able to present. Actually, konti lang, dalawa lang ata out of the 13 available CHR witnesses. But because I was eventually ousted as the chairperson of the committee, after I presented Mr. Edgar Matubato, hindi na po yun natuloy. Pero, ang talagang magiging kulang ng investigation na yon ay yung mga insider na makakapagpatunay sa atin na yung Project Double Barrel is the very program that was used in eliminating and in killing drug suspects. Because malinaw sa mga naging pronouncements ng dating mayor, ng dating pangulo, na yan ang pinaka-polisiya na niya in addressing the drug problem. Nasabi na ho kanina, yung mga examples, marami pa ho yun. I have a whole collection of his statements which really categorically show very clearly, manifestly, that he was inducing, encouraging the killings. And it cannot just be purely rhetoric. Kasi sinunod yung mga binanggit niya. Sinunod yung kanyang mga sinasabi na kailangang patayin ang mga yan. Nanlaban man o hindi, ang problema sa nanlaban, hindi ho kapanipaniwala. Siguro may ilan-ilan na may mga nanlaban talaga. Pero sa karamihan, sa mga lumabas na mga kwento ng mga kaanak ng mga biktima, ay karamihan sa kanila ay hindi nanlaban. Ano ba yung nangyari sa akin? Hindi lang sila nakontento na alisin ako bilang committee chairperson, but sinundan po ako ng katakot-takot na acts of persecution. Kasama na yung halos araw-araw na minumura, halos araw-araw na pinapahiya, halos araw-araw na I was deprived of my honor, and because they tried to destroy my reputation. At hindi pa po sila na kontento doon, nag-file sila ng mga gawag-gawang mga kaso para subukan ako na mapatahimik. Hindi po sila nagtagumpay doon. Kahit nasa loob po ako sa kulungan, I continued to monitor what was happening. I had with me already the records ng Senate investigation, at least nung ako pa yung nag-preside. I even filed and submitted a comprehensive dissenting report dun sa naging majority report by the committee, the Gordon report. I filed a dissenting report. I also had the records of my investigation of the TTS phenomenon. Pero ang isa pong ang pwede natin makita doon is that hindi natin mga natapos yun kasi nandyan yung atmosphere of, or the atmosphere of fear, the culture of fear and impunity. Sa Davao, meron kaming ilan-ilan nakausap na sekreto, pero hindi naman sila pumayag na i-present sila publicly dun sa TTS inquiry ng CHR. Now, doon naman sa Senate inquiry, sabi ko nga, hindi naman talaga tinuloy. Kaya hindi kagulat-gulat na yung naging conclusion ng majority is that the killings were not state-sponsored. Kung binigyan sana ng pagkakataon na talagang ituloy yung investigasyon na yon, na mas magiging seryoso ang investigasyon, wala man lang iniisip na whitewash ng investigasyon because the then president was still at the height of his power, ay siguro pwede natin na-prove yun. Hindi nga po yun nangyari. Ngayon tayo umaasa na dahil dyan sa mga lumalabas na mga revelasyon, pwede. At nandyan na yung mga ebidensya na mga state-sponsored yung mga killings na yan. So, one last point, Mr. Chair, because...
1 minute, yes ma'am.
All right. Now, gusto ko sana magpaalam sa committee that in my presentation, not today, because yung presentation ko dapat na isusundan ko yung kina Father Flavi and then kay Attorney Jokno. Now I want also to present new angle. Gusto ko sanang i-tie pa talaga, i-link pa talaga sa DDS killings yung mga nangyaring patayan since 2016 or pagpatay under the name of war on drugs. I would wish to ask for permission that that's going to be the focus, especially so na lumilinaw ngayon, sinimulan na ng testimony ni Colonel Agarma na yun ang ginawang model. I would not have the time now to really explain all of that, but I can really come up with a comprehensive summary ng mga sinabi nun nila Edgar Matabato, yung mga sinabi subsequently ni Arturo Las Cañas, who at first denied that there was a DDS, denied responsibility for the killings, denied that it was then Mayor Rodrigo Duterte responsible for that, but in a subsequent appearance, wala na po ako noon, nakakulong na po ako, he recanted and gave us this very comprehensive story, lalo na dun sa kanyang ICC affidavit. I would want to
Sige ma'am,
present
yes ma'am, okay.
a
Can you
comprehensive
wrap up? Okay na po ma'am?
for now.
Okay, sige po, ganito po. We will give you the time, pero pwede ba mag-request din ng committee, can you give us a preview of what you will be presenting? Siguro if you can organize also your observations and your findings in a memorandum or position paper type document.
I will
Please
do
give
that.
us. Thank you.
I will do that, Your Honor, including the dissenting report and then including
Thank you, ma'am.
all the observations. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Mr. Chair, just very short. Can we have the assurance of Senator De Lima to be around once Kerwin Espinosa and Rooney Dayan will be present in this hearing? Because I'm going to ask him questions. Andyan na yung
May I know who is Rolly Dayan?
Rooney Dayan was a known driver of Senator De Lima. Mr. Chair.
Is he the partner of Senator De Lima?
Mr. Chair.
That was revealed by Rooney Dayan during the previous hearing many years ago, Mr. Chair.
Mr.
Okay,
Chair.
let's focus on our topic. Okay, gentlemen. Okay, sige, ganito. Already moved na yata yung kanina pa, no? Na Ronnie Dayan will be invited to the next hearing. Senator Laila De Lima has manifested her intention to attend the next meeting. So, the next hearing. So, tugma-tugma lang.
Yes, Your Honor, because
Ah, you want to
that's
respond?
where I will make a
Yes,
comprehensive presentation and also comment on those revelations by Mr. Kerwin Espinosa during the QuadCom, and perhaps he's expected to reiterate that here. I was hoping you would be here, including Colonel.
You will be there as a resource person, ma'am. You will be there as a resource person, not to defend yourself. Wala, hindi resource person po kayo. Okay, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A few questions addressed to former Senator De Lima. During your time as chairperson of the Commission on Human Rights, when did you start serving as the chairman of the Commission on Human Rights, if I may ask?
I was appointed in 2008
Up to 2010.
to 2010,
All right.
and I was appointed as the Secretary of
All right.
Justice.
Did you conduct investigations regarding EJ case?
Yes, the CHR and bank
All right.
conducted public inquiry right there in Davao City.
May I know kung ano-ano po yung mga lugar na inimbestigahan niyo tungkol sa EJK?
Yung tungkol po sa lugar, it was actually the entirety of Davao City because of the phenomenon of DDS. At inimbitahan nga po namin the former mayor who appeared and acted as resource person, and mga ilan-ilan na mga opisyal, maraming opisyal actually, the city councilors, barangay chairman, PNP officials. Only that, halos wala na nag-appear dun sa mga nakausap namin discreetly, confidentially, who shared their knowledge about the DDS. These are also self-confessed DDS members, just like Edgar Matubato. Kaya lang po, in the 2009 inquiry, wala pa po sila Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas. Na-mention yung mga pangalan nila, pero wala pa po sila doon. Hindi pa po namin sila na-access at hindi ho na-present doon sa DDS inquiry.
So wala po kayong results ng investigation. Were there any cases filed because of your investigation, Madam Senator?
Okay, when I was appointed in 2010, meron po ako yung aking mga personal investigation notes, pero wala pa ho yung naging resolution. Now, we turned over the records to the Commission on Human Rights, and then later, they came out with the resolution. And that was, I think, in 2012, June 2012. Yung resolution nila, one of the recommendations is for the filing of the administrative and criminal cases against then former Mayor Rodrigo Duterte and some other officials. What I know is that this was referred to the office of the Ombudsman, but I think later on, Mr. Duterte was cleared of, there was no finding or no cases filed.
So the former president
against-
was cleared?
No, it was not really cleared because I think, if I'm not mistaken, the main reason why no cases were filed with the Ombudsman against former Mayor Duterte and then President Duterte is that nung ano na po, nung linabas na po yung arrest, ano nila, from the Ombudsman, is he was already the president.
Well,
So on
during
the
the course of
presidential immunity.
the course of your investigation, when you were CHR chairman, and you thought, and then you think that the former president was involved in killings in his hometown in Davao, why didn't you file cases against him?
The investigation was conducted. But the problem was that those who were in the know, yung konti ho, ng mga self-confessed DDS members at that time, they're not willing
No.
to
When
testify.
you were DOJ secretary, why didn't you file a case against the former president? You had all the means, you had all the power to do so. When you were secretary of the Department of
I
Justice.
actually referred the matter of when Edgar Matobato came to us for witness protection. I refer ko po ulit yung the DDS matter
So what
to
happened?
the, wala po. Wala po.
Bakit wala? You were a very, very powerful member of the cabinet during the Aquino administration. You did not do anything.
It's not
To
that I
pursue
did
the
not
case?
do anything.
To pursue
It's
the
just
case?
that I asked the NBI to pursue further the investigation. Pero wala na po na i-submit sa akin na report. They were telling me that they had also so much difficulty accessing possible witnesses at the time.
All right. One more thing, Madam Former Senator. Why is it only in Davao that you had this investigation? Bakit Davao lang? Why were you so focused? Why are you so concentrated in investigating Davao?
We were focused on investigating the so-called DDS phenomenon because we have read some reports about it. Foremost of which was the report of the UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston. And he did come out with that report citing certain findings of the UN Special Rapporteur Philip Alston. And meron din pong report, yung Human Rights Watch, they called it, "You Can Die Anytime," also referring to the DDS phenomenon. So we felt that at the time, because of these reports, and our CHR regional office did confirm that there were killings, that they could not tell us, or they refused to tell us that it was actually the doings of the DDS on orders of then Mayor Rodrigo Duterte. But the insiders, the ones I mentioned kanina, I think there were 3 of them, which we interviewed secretly or discreetly, they did say that there was such a thing as a group as a Davao Death Squad, and then formed by the former mayor, and then getting orders also from the former mayor, something that were validated later on by Edgar Matubato and Arturo Las Cañas.
Okay, Mr. Chair, I would like to invite the attention of the former senator, which she was still a sitting member of the Senate. With regard to the committee report of the Committee on Justice then, for the years, if I may read, for the years 2001 to 2009, under the ROA administration, 91,762 killings were reported, or an average of 10.196 killings per year, 850 killings per month, or 28 killings per day. On the other hand, for the years 2010 to 2016, under the Aquino administration, there were 85,878 recorded killings, with an average of 40,313 killings per year, 1,193 killings per month or 40 killings per day. You were the Justice Secretary during the Aquino administration. Why did you not investigate these killings?
All right. May I start by saying that on the matter of EJ case in general, especially with respect to the killings of activists, I did recommend, and it was adopted, there was this Administrative Order number 35, creating an interagency committee to look into the various drug killings, the various activist killings, targeting members of progressive groups, leftist organizations, and that was somewhat rampant during the time of former President Arroyo. Now, bakit wala pa po yung drug killings? Kasi nga po, pinapapursu ko pa sa NBI. It was not the real focus then of Administrative number 35, which is the Special Interagency Committee to address extrajudicial killings. Now, talking about the Gordon report, you mentioned the Justice Committee report, which was subsequently headed by former Senator Dick Gordon. Sinabi nga niya po yun, na bakit yung EJ case lang, bakit yung ibang mga EJ case ay hindi natin kailangan imbestigahan, hindi natin inimbestigahan dun sa Senate Committee. Mukhang may problema po sa ganon. Kasi ang nakita ng committee, ng majority committee in coming up with that committee report is that, well, hindi actually nila nakita na may special complexion at the time, at the start of the drug war killings beginning 2016 under the Duterte administration. I'm not talking about the drug war killings kasi wala namang ganong war on drugs specifically in Davao City, although among those, or many of those victimized, were also alleged drug offenders, aside from petty criminals and other kinds of criminals. So, nakita dapat yun, and that was the very point of my resolution that I filed calling for an inquiry, na medyo ibang fenomeno nito ngayon sa war on drugs.
Tapos natapos na lang yung buong year. 6 years of the Aquino administration, hindi ka nakapag-file ng kaso kay President Duterte. Is that malfeasance on your part as that Secretary of Justice, wherein you are morally convinced na may ginawang masama si Pangulong Mayor Duterte? Tapos ngayon, hinayaan mo lang NBI na walang ginawa, walang binalik na report, or baka sinabihan ka ng NBI, ma'am, ang ating kaso will not stand in court. Baka gano'n sinabi sa iyo. Kaya wala na nangyayari doon sa ginawa mong tasking sa NBI.
Can we request for a brief answer?
My brief answer is that I did make some certain follow-ups, and there was reports from the NBI, verbal reports, when I asked about them and that what would they tell me, that nahihirapan sila na maka-access sa Davao ng mga possible witnesses.
And I have the name of the NBI chief during that time na kinausap na sinabihan niyo. Record lang.
NBI, yeah, was it, yeah,
Paki-recall na lang ma'am, and then once you recall, tell us. Okay, nandito pa kasi ako sa time na I'm giving the victims the chance nga to speak out, to air. Okay, nandito pa tayo. Dalawa na lang naman yung ang tatanungin ko. Okay, Mayor Mabilog, you want to say something? Pwedeng hindi, pwede meron. Nasa sa'yo.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, honorable members of the subcommittee on the Blue Ribbon Committee. Good afternoon po. First and foremost, gusto ko lang po sabihin na I was not and never will be a drug protector. I don't know personally nor did I benefit in any way from any illegal drug personality in Iloilo or elsewhere. Naging Kabataang Barangay Chairman po ako, City Councilor, Vice Mayor, and Mayor for 6 years. And kahit naging Mayor ako for 6 years, kahit wala po akong formal training as Mayor on addressing illegal or crime or illegal drugs, wala pong training na ibinigay ko sa amin. I took decisive action to combat the drug problem of the city. As a matter of fact, it was even recognized on the national level by both the PDEA and the police, PNP, in 2014, 2015, 2016, and 2017. So, as mayor in the beginning, as mandated by law, I am aware of my authority to set local policies and priorities related to crime and drugs. I'm also aware that the law that dictates that the PNP and the PDEA handle crime investigation and response and the combating of drug trafficking and enforcement of drug laws, while the mayor relies on the police and the PDEA to implement them. So until such time that my name was included in the list, and until that I was granted political asylum by the United States of America government, and that's why I'm here, Mr. Chair, at the behest of the Senate, as a matter of courtesy to this institution, to answer the best of my knowledge questions related to the inquiry. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Okay. Last ko na gusto mo i-recognize ngayong hapon na upon the request of Attorney Jocko, si Roger Herrero. Pero wala siyang affidavit. So ang gito na lang ang request ko, Attorney Jocko, can you prepare the affidavit of Roger Herrero? Give it to us before his actual appearance before this committee. I will give him time sa second hearing as a victim. Okay. We will do that. Kasi mabigat na story ako nito. So now,
Mr. Chair,
yes,
bago natin iwan po yung salamat kayo, Mr. Chair, before we leave the victim families, also for the information of the committee, nandito rin po kasama natin si Vincent Go, ng tinawag nila sarili nila night crawlers. Sila po yung mga photojournalists na dinocument yung EJ case all throughout the war on drugs. So available din po sila, Mr. Chair, to answer any questions of the senators.
Vincent Go,
Mr. Chair.
when I make the request to your organization, Night Crawlers, if you can make a 5-minute presentation sa next hearing. I expect na maganda mga pictures ko kasi I think you're a photojournalist or you have the photographer. So sa next hearing na po, Mr. Go, please organize your data. So nasabi ko na yun. So we will now go into the questioning proper by the senators by order of appearance, but we give priority to our officers. But ganito, wala kasi sila Colonel Garma and si Colonel Leonardo. But since public knowledge na rin naman yung sinabi nila, okay? Widely publicized na, I will allow questioning on those matters kung gusto lang po ng mga members ng committee. Okay, so sila former Secretary Panayano at former Secretary Belica invited by Senator Bongo. I can give you 3 minutes for opening statement if you want.
Mr. Chair,
Mr. President,
may
18 to April 2020, I also serve as presidential spokesperson of PRRD. As Chief Presidential Legal Counsel, I provided legal advice to PRRD on various matters and issued statements providing legal support for the actions of PRRD and its administration. As presidential spokesperson, I spoke on behalf of PRRD on matters of public interest, actions, policies, programs, official duties, and accomplishments of his administration. In connection with the Philippine War on Drugs, which is the subject of the investigation and aid of legislation of the Committee on Accountability of Public Officers and investigation of the Blue Ribbon Committee of the Senate of the Republic of the Philippines. I had no participation therein, apart from issuing statements on behalf of or in support of PRRD or responding to queries from the media on statements from PRRD on the matter in my capacity as Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson. During my tenure as Chief Presidential Legal Counsel and Presidential Spokesperson, and even thereafter, I did not observe or otherwise acquire knowledge of any malfeasance, misfeasance, or nonfeasance in connection with the war on drugs by any government official, including former President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, Senator and former Special Assistant to the President Christopher Lawrence Bongo, and Senator and former Chief of the Philippine National Police Ronald Bato de la Rosa. Specifically, I did not observe or otherwise acquire knowledge of any reward system for killing of illegal drug personalities, any orders to kill drug lords or to implicate political opponents in the illegal drug trade, or any other illegalities alleged before the Committee on Dangerous Drugs, Public Order and Safety, Human Rights and Public Accounts, or the Quad Committee of the House of Representatives. From my point of view,
Can you wind up, sir?
yes,
Yes.
last paragraph.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
From my point of view, there was nothing illegal with PRRD's war on drugs because it was a legal and necessary response to the country's pervasive and destructive drug problem. PRRD merely complied with his constitutional duty, which is his prime duty, to serve and to protect the people, and his campaign promise and mandate to rid the country of the drug menace.
Salamat po,
Thank
sir.
you.
Yes. Thank you. You submitted an affidavit. Mr. Belica, pero keep it within 3 minutes. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am Greco Belica, former Presidential Anti-Corruption Commission Chairman, and I'm executing this sworn statement to comply with the directive of the Philippine Senate's Authority of Public Officers, an investigation subcommittee in relation to its motu proprio investigation in the aid of legislation on the Philippine War on Illegal Drugs. That President Duterte created the now defunct PACC through Executive Order Number 43, which was signed on October 4, 2017. That the PACC was created under the Office of the President to directly assist the President in investigating and or hearing administrative cases primarily involving graft and corruption against all presidential appointees as defined by Section 5 EO 43, and to perform such other duties as the President may direct. That on January 12, 2018, I was appointed as one of the 4 commissioners of the PACC and 1 chairman. Thereafter, in March 15, 2021, I was appointed as chairman of the PACC following the passing of my predecessor. And I left office at October 8, 2021 when I filed my certificate of candidacy to run in the election. That my previous position and function, as well as jurisdiction of the PACC, did not extend to any investigations and operations on illegal drugs but mainly focus on investigation over alleged graft and corrupt practices by presidential appointees within the executive branch of government. That paragraph A, section 5 of the 40 define the scopes and jurisdiction of the PACC that states the Commission shall have the power on complaint or motu proprio and concurrency with the Office of the Ombudsman to hear, investigate, receive, gather, and evaluate evidences, intelligence reports, and information in administrative cases against all presidential appointees of the executive branch of government. Occupying the position of Assistant Regional Director or equivalent to the rank higher, otherwise classified by Salary Grade 26 Act, including the members of the Governing Board of Instrumentality. Not consistent with Section 10 EO 43, complaints and cases filed or extended to PACC relating to possible violation of RA 9165 are immediately referred to PDEA, DOJ, PNP, NBI for proper investigation. To the best of my knowledge and recollection, all illegal drug-related matters outside PACC's jurisdiction were referred to these agencies. That outside from my previous official position in the PACC, the only involvement that I personally had with respect to the anti-illegal drug campaign of the President, of the government, before and after President Duterte is in my personal capacity as a Minister of the Gospel and founding chairman of the Yeshua Change Agents Organization.
I will let you finish the paragraph. Just continue.
Through the YC, I have helped and continue to help in the demand reduction program of the government by helping in the prevention campaign of those at risk of illegal drug use, as well as the rehabilitation and recovering of former drug dependents.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I have a copy of your affidavit there. Salamat po. Thank you. So now we will commence with our questioning by the senators. Upon the request of Senator Bato de la Rosa, is there a Colonel Grijaldo here? Colonel Grijaldo, upo po kayo dito kasama namin.
Hindi, okay lang. Tinas ka lang.
Wala, I mean, Senator de la Rosa will be the one to introduce him maybe when he has questions too, directed to Colonel Grijaldo. Okay, so, pursuant to our guidelines, we will now commence the questioning. We will have to start with our Senate officers. So I now recognize Senator Jingo Estrada. You have 10 minutes, sir. 10 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Some questions addressed to the former President.
Kasulod nung kamo.
Mr. President,
Senator Bonggor.
kanina po ako kayo tingin sa akin. Lagi kayo tumitingin sa kanan. Hindi ko kayo tumitingin sa kaliwa. Papansinan mo ako yung Senator Dilima.
Wala.